This is the Lego city and it's looking great. I do think we need some more color in there though, so I'll be adding some landscapes. I'll also be continuing the river, adding a river walk, building a subway, and so much more. And there's a couple things from last time that you guys wanted me to fix, so let's do this. So last time when I built this bridge, I put these snot bricks on the sides of it so that I could then put foliage on the side and make it look really nice. But since the snot brick is indented when I attached my leaves, they wouldn't work and it would be illegal. And I'm not trying to do any illegal Lego building techniques. And I couldn't just switch it out for regular 1x1 snot bricks because they don't exist in this color. So instead of adding foliage, I just ended up covering them all with 1x1 tiles, which still doesn't look bad, but I think some green right here would add to it. But to fix this, you guys had the best idea. So this is a regular 1x1 brick, and the snot brick next to it is the same height. But you guys reminded me in the comments that since these have an anti-stud on the back, they can go sideways like that. And then adding a 1x1 plate to the top makes it perfectly 1 brick high, with 1 stud poking out at the perfect distance to attach foliage. So now if we take this one out and replace it with the one that has the plate on top, and then we put it all back together, that stud is now in the perfect position to add some foliage. Now the only flaw with this is that on the other side, that brick pokes out the back, which isn't too big of a deal, but I think it kind of looks weird on this side. So I'm gonna try to move all these snot bricks below where the road goes so you won't be able to see it. And also because of it poking out the back, the ones that are in line with the road, like this one and this one up here, I can't have anything poking through to this side because the road is right there. So those will definitely have to be moved. This was a super good suggestion, and now we can actually get some green on here. Okay, let's add the foliage. And there we go. So I added strips of normal green leaves, and then I also added dark green. I love the normal green with those pink flowers. The dark green with the white flowers, I'm not quite sure about. But either way, I think it definitely adds to it. I'll probably rework some of this foliage once I get more leaf pieces in the future, because right now I only have the big leaves in dark green, and I only had 1 big leaf in normal green. And I actually kept a few of the old ones with the protruding out. And the good part about it is that this part of the leaf actually floats, if you can see that, and it's the perfect height to actually have the tile underneath it too, which is really nice because then we can have a textured wall that still has foliage. So I thought this part of the river right here was a little aggressive. It kind of just went like straight out and like that far out, and it just kind of looked weird. So I made it more of a curve. It's thicker up here and then it slowly kind of curves this way, but only a little bit, and it looks a lot more natural than it did before. I'll pop up a picture of what it looked like before, and then this is what it looks like now. I personally think it looks a lot better. Plus redoing it made it so I could actually add the studs that I forgot to add for the koi fish. So I have 4 spots for them. Those still haven't showed up. It's been over a month since I ordered it. Lego's literally taken forever to get those, but we'll get them one day. Okay, so I'm trying to continue the river out here, and first I need to make the river walk, or at least the sidewalk to it. So I need to continue this all the way over to here, or it will then go out into a river walk thing, sort of like this. So let's start building that. Okay, so I extended it out right here, and you can see I did the same thing that I did on the other side just to keep it consistent right there. And then as it gets towards the water, I added a curve, just like how the other curves are on the roads. And I've been trying to figure out how to place these boardwalk things. I'm trying to put these wing pieces in between it to like put a random angles and stuff so it looks like cool. It might be too straight right now. I'm not really sure. And this part of the river is gonna have to come out this way because I'm gonna have the cliff come out to like right here. So it's gonna be sort of like a C-shaped river in the city. Yeah, the issue with all these random angles on the boardwalk is I have no idea how to connect it down. So like if I connect this with a hinge plate to this, then it'll be somewhat in place, but it'll probably still move. And there's the other option of connecting this end like straight down to the plate, and then this end might have a gap that I could then try and fill in. The middle might just have to be loose because there's no way to legally connect it, I don't think. So I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. But the other issue is I don't know if this should go all the way to the rails and have another crossing like I do over here with the sidewalks. That kind of just seems repetitive to me and we don't really need it. But then again, I don't know where this is supposed to go. I'm planning on having a nice bridge go over to the other side of the boardwalk, and then there'll be stairs over here that then lead up to the upper sidewalk. So I was thinking maybe this one can end on that bridge, or maybe I could just randomly cut it off right here or something, but that might look weird. I think it might be easier to do the river first, and then I could sort of shape these boardwalks on top of it. Okay, let's build the river on this side. So I was concerned about running out of these bottom plates right here, but I ended up actually having enough for it. But the thing that I didn't have enough of are tiles. This is my 1x4 tile bag. This is my 1x1 tile bag. But this is my 1x2 tile bag, so you can definitely tell what I ordered too much of. So comparing it to the rest of the city, it looks like I'm gonna have to order almost the same amount of 1x1 and 1x4 tiles to take up this rest of this area. And so now the river won't be finished for a while. I didn't know my guesstimates would be this off with the tiles on top, but I can always order more, so that's what I'll do. And if you're wondering what all these 1x2 bricks are poking up, it's where I'll put the koi fish. It just makes sure that I don't put any tiles there accidentally. And this staircase right here was just temporary. I built it to just see if it would look good right here, and I do think it looks nice, so I'll have to like actually build a real one. And then the edges of the river are kind of rough, as you can probably see, and that's because I didn't care about them, because I know they're just gonna be covered up by the river walk anyways. And then we'll have another one on the other side, sort of like that, except longer, and then there should be another path leading over here. So because I don't have those tiles, we can't do anything more down here, so let's work on the upper platform. So I need to extend this main road out by 4 studs, and then I also need to actually make these roads make sense right here with a 4-way crossing with crosswalks on every single one. So it's gonna be quite a bit of work, but let's do it. Okay, well, once again, I'm realizing I'm running out of pieces. I only got this done right here, and then I realized that the simple things like white 1x2 plates, I'm running out of. I don't have like any. So I need to definitely add a ton of those to my order so then we can actually finish this. So actually, to show you, I can put these laid out across here, and then you'll kind of get what it's supposed to look like. So it'll look something like that, and of course this will be in the roads, and then I'm gonna make traffic lights, which should look really cool. All right, so this unfinished building that we have here isn't even meant to go here. It's actually meant to go up there. It's the bottom floor of that building. It's just temporarily here. And I thought since it's like half built, we should add a little crane. So that's exactly what I made right here. And it's on a little turntable so it can swivel. And then I put a little hook on it with string. And then I made this little thing that looks like a part of the upper platforms of the building. And then you just attach on there. Now it looks like something's actually happening there instead of it just being plain, which that definitely won't be there when the city's finished, but it's just there for now. It looks nice. Well, it's been a minute since I got a package for the Lego City, but I did order this one. I was looking on lego.com and I found out that they didn't have very many slanted plates in green. So I went on Bricklink and I found some slanted plates in green. So in here, we just got a bunch of different plates in green. It's honestly not that many pieces. This is a really small Bricklink order, but Lego didn't have any of these, so I had to order them from Bricklink. This is gonna go on like the bank of the river and just to like elevate parts of the grass once we start building the grass, which I'm waiting on my Lego order for. So we'll get to it soon enough. Okay, we got a package for the city from Lego. So this should just have a bunch of random pieces in it for the city, and then I also ordered pieces for other projects I'm doing. We got promos. This was free. This was kind of free. I bought it with VIP points. And then whole bunch of pieces. And these are gonna be really nice. Plus I finally ordered, if you can see that, 16 by 16s in the right color of green this time. So yeah, we're gonna be able to build a lot. Okay, so the spot that you guys had the most complaints about was right here, how the river goes straight through the tracks and there's no bridge, but then there's a bridge for this. Like, it makes no sense how the river can just go through there. And that's because raising the track up at all is technically an illegal Lego building technique, so I didn't really want to do that, so I just kept it going straight. But with all you guys saying it doesn't make any sense, I think I have a way to make it look good. So I got a bunch of these arch pieces and we can sort of put them on the side of this, sort of like that, and just line up a bunch of them, and then we can put like tiles on top so it'll look like a bridge, but the train track's still the same height, because we can't change that. The only issue with this is I have to take apart the train track ballast, which is a nightmare, so wish me luck. Okay, so this actually helped a lot right here. You can see that it gives the effect that it's a bridge with those little gaps going underneath, but the train track actually doesn't move at all. So I added these little wood supports with these little printed wood pieces, and I think it looks good. It just adds a little different look to it. My main concern with this though is it might be adding too much light bluish gray to an already busy area with light bluish gray. We can easily change these colors out for something else if we need to. I'm not sure if I should keep this middle right here ballast or raise it up to the same height as this. So I don't know what to do there. I'm just gonna keep it like that. that probably for now. Let me know what you guys think though. But yeah, now it makes a lot more sense right there. Something interesting I found when taking apart the ballast though is you can kind of see right next to the track, there's this line and it goes across like every single piece. It's kind of hard to show, but it's like there. And when I have these pieces taken off, you can really see it. You can see the scratch right there. It's a scratch too. It's not like dirty or anything. It's scratched in there. I don't know what it is. It's on both sides too, and I know it came from me because it's the same on every single piece going down. I don't know what scratched against it, like something hanging off the edge maybe. One of my thoughts is maybe when we straightened out this ballast with the brick separators like sideways, maybe we pressed a little hard or something and it scratched, but I don't know how it scratched that deep. But whatever, it's good enough. No one will notice it, right? Now you'll probably notice it. Okay, well we finally had a package from Denmark show up, and these things, no joke, have been taking 4 months to get to me. So I've stopped ordering these. So I ordered this probably 4 months ago, unless it's my Lego pieces that ran out of stock after I ordered it. Or this could be what I'm hoping for, the package that has the koi fish for the river, because I've been needing that for a long time. Oh, I think it is the koi fish. Let's go. Yes, yes. Koi fish. So in here, you can see that there's kind of random just roller coaster cars, and I'm actually using those for a short with my roller coaster. I got that roller coaster back in November, keep that in mind, and it is literally March right now. But yeah, in here we got some of these pieces for the sidewalks, which I think might actually be too steep for them. And then I got more slopes for rocks and stuff. And then of course, the most important parts, I got both types of the Lego koi fish piece to put in the river. Let's go. So now that we got all of the Lego koi fish pieces, we can put them in all of these spots that I kept for them. I still haven't finished the river on this side because I'm still waiting for those 1x4 tiles to show up. But we can remove these bricks that were temporarily filler for where I was placing fish. And then we can put fish in all of those. So I got a bunch of brown 1x1 plates, and these are gonna go around the edge right here, and then I'm gonna put the green plates on top of that so it kind of like gives dirt under the grass type effect. So let's place those. Okay, so now that I got this brown outline, I'm gonna use my green 16x16 plates and add them to the edge. And I'm just gonna do that everywhere I can just to get what the looks will look like. And then if I like it, I can fill in all of these gaps. So yes, I know that green flat studs look super boring, and that's just because this is just gonna be temporary here, and I think that green studs will look better than gray studs. So until we get something actually put here, it's just gonna be green grass. If you come down from the side, you can see that there's dirt underneath it, which is what I did with those brown plates, and I like that a lot better than just having a green all the way through. But the issue with the green plates being 2 plates up is that they line up with the bottom of the train ballast, and I'm not sure if that looks right or not, because usually the train ballast is supposed to be above the ground, which technically this part is above the ground, but this part might want to be too. So when I get closer to the track, I'm wondering if I should lower it to like 1 plate, because then there can still be a little elevation on that track, and I think that looks a lot better. So I can mess around with this terrain and raise and lower it however I want. And I also need to add these slopes to the sides of the rivers and stuff. So yeah, I got a lot of grass stuff to do, so let's work on it. Okay, well, it's all filled in with green plates now, and I made this little like indented place right here so you can kind of see how much better it looks with that train track raised. So I kind of want to do that for like all of it by the track. I need a lot more slopes though, is what I realized. This bag has quite a few, but I need bigger ones. And then I also added tiles to show what I kind of want to do with the river, except I don't have very many tiles at this angle. I have a lot more at the other angle, so it's kind of mostly this piece down this, but you get kind of what I'm going for. But I want this to be more random of slopes and not so like linear, but I like that better than just having the plain studs that are underneath that, because that just looks too straight. So yeah, after I get more green plates and everything, I want to add a lot more indented things like this in here just to make it a lot more interesting. So I definitely got to order more of those. Okay, so I've been working on this green area right here, and you can already see it looks a bunch better. I used my slopes and everything to add different levels of the terrain, and I tried to make it so it was the lowest level by the track, so it actually looks raised up, and then down here it slowly builds up to higher because the river has to be right here. I still don't like how smooth this river is though, so I'm gonna need to order some other slopes for that. But yeah, this looks a lot better than just doing something like flat. Like, that's really boring. And so now that I have all of these levels and stuff, stuff. It looks really nice. And now to make this a little more interesting, I'm gonna add these leaf pieces, and I'll probably add a couple other greenery pieces too. I just want this to look a little more interesting than it does. So like for example, we can just slap some of these together over here. Looks a little better already. So I'm just gonna add little patches of stuff because this is kind of like wild land and it's not taken care of. So plants will make it look better. So let's add those. Well, you can see just how much better that looks now. I do have like 3 separate patches of plants because I don't have enough of one to fill this entire area. So over here by the river, I added a ton of the grassy pieces so it looks overgrown because this is where it gets really wet and all those plants can easily grow. I made this sunflower, which looks decent from the front, but if you turn it around, it's got like that weird piece that's the wrong color. And then I made this section that has these leaf pieces in it, which I like this one. This one looks really nice. And then I thought since I had so many of these pieces, I should try them. I'm not sure about this one. This one's the one I'm most hesitant on, but these two look good. I also added little patches of this normal grass just everywhere to kind of like blend it in. So that'll work for now. I definitely need to get more of those foliage pieces though. All right, this middle part of the bridge has just been bothering me for so long now, so I'm just gonna fill it in and have it be the same height as the edge of the bridge. And I think it'll look good. The only issue is I hope it doesn't get mixed up with the sidewalk because sidewalk is that same height. That's why I've kind of like restrained from doing it, but I think it'll look a lot better than just the normal like rails going through here. So let's add it. Okay, I like that a little better, but I think it's still kind of weird how this is the same level as this edge. I'm wondering if pushing this down one plate would look good. But for now, I'm just gonna keep it how it is and see your guys' suggestions for how we can change this up. Because I think it looks better than just keeping the normal rails there, but it's kind of hard to tell that it's a bridge now. So yeah, we finally got that done. Okay, I think I finally have the pieces for this crosswalk so we can secure these other 3, because right now I only have the 1 done. So we can put these down and then we should be able to work on sidewalks and stuff up here, which will be really nice. Okay, well I got all 4 crosswalks done and man, does this look way cleaner than what I had before. I actually ended up securing the centerpiece by making it part of this middle road, so you can see on the edges right here, those plates go straight across through this entire thing, so it holds these in place while still being technically part of this road, even though it doesn't really look like that. I added these curb pieces so you can kind of see where the curbs of the sidewalks will be, and this is gonna look really good up here. I also need to make some stoplights and stuff for this, so I can't wait to see what this is gonna look like. So I'm gonna try what I did with the terrain over here with those different levels and try building it over here just roughly for now, because I still don't have many new green plates. They're mostly just these 1x4 ones and 1x3s, but I can probably whip up something and then I can order a bunch of different greenery to put on it to make it look more natural. But for now, let's just put these plates down. Okay, well the terrain is now done on the outside, at least for now. I'll probably change it. This side I didn't even add any details because I can't really do much with the 3 types of slopes I have. So you can see things kind of look familiar. I need to get a lot more slopes and I can fix up a lot of that land, but for now it'll just be like that. At least it's something, and I do like the green on the outside. It's definitely making it look more natural. I also extended out the river on this end right there because I didn't have it for some reason. And once again, I'll probably need to add a little bridge thing right there because y'all are gonna say that that doesn't make sense either. But yeah, these new grassy areas are a little plain, so I'm gonna try and spice them up with some leaves and stuff, kind of like what I did over here. And so I got a bunch of these older leaf pieces that already have the stud built in. The new ones don't. And so I'll just place these around, kind of like giving it a more grassy feel and more like wild. So let's do it. And yes, I do know that this doesn't look the best with the green grass being the exact same green as the plates beneath it, but I don't have any other greenery pieces at the moment, so we're just gonna stick with this. It can always change. If you remember right here, I actually used the newer grass pieces with a dark green hollow stud at the bottom, which added some nice contrast between them, so then it's not so green. And so I could do a similar thing here if I get more of those pieces. So we'll just have to see on that. Okay, well now I'm gonna put this same bridge thing over here so that it makes sense that the water's flowing through it. So I'm basically just gonna copy it exactly and we'll see how it looks. All right, well, I finished the bridge and it looks really good. I tried to copy what I did over here, but I realized that the river I actually made wider down there. So you can see that instead of 1 block wide pillars, there's 2 block wide pillars, which I kind of like. It just gives it a different look from the other ones, so they're not exactly the same. Yeah, it looks way more complete with that down there. And the green plates that I added to the city also helps make it look a lot more complete. But I'm still waiting for Lego to ship the 1x4 tiles for this river. It has literally been over 3 months. I think it's been closer to 6. All right, so I organized the rock pieces that I got for the city. So now we should be able to work on this rock wall right here. Hopefully, I've been procrastinating this because I don't want to do it because rock work kind of sucks to do in my opinion. But yeah, let's make it look good and hopefully make a cliff on here. Hopefully I have enough pieces too, but let's try it. Well, the rock wall is done over here. I didn't do any of it over there because I literally don't have any green plates left. And I should probably figure out the staircase over here before adding rocks. But yeah, I did this little section of rocks and this little thing across the top. And then my brother locked in and did this whole side right here, which is literally a nightmare because you just have to put bricks in the most random order that still looks good and looks like random like rocks would be. And it ended up looking really good, so that was nice. I also put the entrance to the tunnel over here. This one's gonna come out quite a bit more than this one, just so it doesn't look like straight and it looks more interesting. You can see it's off by quite a bit than this one. And yeah, the water tiles still haven't showed up, so I guess we're not gonna finish the river in this video, sadly, but hopefully we will one day when those pieces hopefully show up. Well, that is it for this episode of the Lego City. Here's what it looked like at the beginning of this video, and here's what it looks like now. It's actually changed a lot. The roads are finally all finished, plus the green grass adds a lot of color that is otherwise just gray base plates, which definitely helps. But if you made it this far in the video, you guys deserve a sneak peek at what's happening in the next Lego City update. And let's just say there's a lot. All of these parts are for one building in the city, which is going to be a Lego skyscraper. And I think this is the most parts I've ever ordered at once, so stay tuned. This thing is gonna be sick. And to know the right amount of parts we needed, we actually built this in Studio first, so I'll pop up a sneak peek picture of the skyscraper just so you guys can get an idea. But yeah, you'll have to wait for next episode to see us actually build this and put it in the city. It's gonna be insane. But yeah, if you haven't seen the previous Lego City update videos, or if you're watching this in the future and there's already a newer episode out, click up here or down in the description for the Lego City playlist so you can watch the episodes that you've missed. But as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. Bro, I hate how dirty boxes are. Literally, my fingers are black from that. Or if you've... Oh my gosh, that literally took 6 months to film and I'm not kidding you. City videos are a lot of work, guys.